One such case involved Campbell Gillespie, whose lucky crucifix almost killed him when it was struck by a bolt of lightning. Every Sunday, while his family went to church, Campbell Gillespie made a solemn pilgrimage of his own to the gym. Campbell was as fit as a fiddle, but not so fussed about faith. However, Campbell's belief in God was about to get an electro-charged boost. And it all started with a crucifix his granny gave him before she died.
I wore it every day. I never went anywhere without it. It was part of me.
With his cross round his neck, Campbell was jogging in the park with friends Ray and Norman. As he ran through the valley of the shadow of death, he feared no evil, though he was a bit nervous about the weather.
It just clouded over, and then basically it was a torrential downpour.
Next thing, the lightning's going off, deluge down, and the pathways just become rivers. It was like 50-pence piece raindrops, real heavy.
And then something even more striking happened. As the heavens opened, Campbell was hit by an almighty bolt of lightning.
And everything went white.
There was an almighty explosion.
1,000,000 volts of electricity. Enough to heat air up to 5 times the heat of the sun, had scored a direct hit on Campbell's cross.
The actual chain's embedded into my skin, it's burnt into my body.
Passing from the cross into his head, the lightning raced through his nervous system and shot out of his limbs.
Next thing I could see was Campbell flying through the air. It was like, oh, what's he doing there?
The huge force of the blast threw Campbell 4.5 metres into the air.
He just dived straight into the tarmac.
As he plunged back to earth, he took the full force of the fall on his face.
And I wasn't sure he was unconscious, he was dead.
Campbell's head was now submerged in 15 centimetres of floodwater. Norman wasn't prepared to watch his friend drown.
We got to turn him over. You know, he could break his neck, but I'd rather have him in a wheelchair alive than dead.
As Norman turned him over, the full horror of Campbell's injuries now became apparent. His head had swollen to twice its normal size, and his facial bones were obliterated.
I was losing blood out of my eyes, my nose, my ears, my mouth.
It was just blood coming out.